Alright, I'm going to be showing you all the flanks that I know in the game. There's not that many, but I'm going to be showcasing every single one that I know. It's going to be taking into consideration that you know everything about the step-in barrier, all the basic stuff. You know, like the gut punch and the stepping around and touching to the back. I'm going to show you how to get around to the opponent and how to attack them and start your combos. Yeah, what you're seeing right now, man, this is just some basic stuff, you know, with a step in. You can always step in behind them and catch them and, you know, start your combo from like this. This is just the basic stuff. I'm going to be showing you some more advanced stuff. And if advanced, if you want to call it that, I think all this stuff is pretty easy in the game, but I'm going to be showcasing that. But this is just the basics. Alright, so the first flank I'm going to be showing you guys, they're all going to be starting on the ground, the first flanks. So first I'm going to get them to hold block. Yeah, just let me get them to hold block real quick. You don't want to shoot Ki Blast though, man, and force them in place because you don't want to move it all around. So you're going to shoot some Ki Blast, you're going to force them in place, you're going to burst dash, jump in the air, and burst dash again, pressing A twice. And you're going to get his back. Just like that. Pretty simple, that one's really easy. Should be the first one I show you guys, yep. Shoot some Ki Blast, hold him in place. Burst dash, jump in the air, burst dash again, and then start, you got his back. Yeah, dropped it right there, but you get the idea. Yo, next one starts on the ground too, man. This one's fairly easy. Just burst dash to the side, throw a volley key. And when you burst dash and you reach the step-in barrier, man, it's pretty easy to rotate to the back, man. I would just move a little to the left or the right, and you'll always hit towards his back. It's good to shoot some key, though, and keep him in place, so you don't really want to move him when you're doing this. But this is a fairly easy one as well. Alright, so this is going to be the last one on the ground. You're going to start in the step-in barrier. You're going to attack his block. You're going to vanish attack backwards with the block button. Leaving the step-in barrier, you're going to burst dash, entering back into the step-in barrier, and then doing that prior flank that I've already showed you. It's very simple, man. I'm going to show some examples here, but I think you'll get the hang of it rather fast. Just like that. Yeah, honestly, man, this might be the coolest looking one on the ground. I'd be careful with this one, though, because if they're mashing the vanish button, they will vanish again. They won't vanish behind you, but they will vanish more backwards, so you're just going to want to time that. And don't be scared to throw some Ki Blast and keep them stuck on the ground over there, man, because you really don't want to move them when you're doing this. Keep that in mind. Your Ki Blast are your best friend in this. But yep, let's get to move on to the next ones, man. They're going to be the ones on top of, ones in the air, bro. So we're going to get into those ones. Alright, this next one, man, you're going to need a character with a Ki Cannon rush chain. Your first one, I want to get him in the air. You're going to want to hit him with the Ki Cannon, right? Get him out of the fucking step-in barrier. Then press the descend at the same time as the burst dash or the ascend, because the ascend works as well, as you can see right here. So Ki Cannon, then press burst dash while you press the descend at the same time, and you'll do this right here. It takes a little bit of practice, but you get the hang of it. Just like that. It's a little bit more difficult than the other guys, but I think you'll get the hang of it. And you can also do this while you're already behind his back and be cheeky, but I really think this is a little bit more dangerous, man. But you can also catch him whiffing. And also while you're behind his back, man, you can hit him with a heavy finish, dash to the side, burst dash to the side as well, then start messing the rush chains, and you'll get his back every time. So dash to the side, burst dash, and you can also hit it with some Ki Blast, and you can make him flinch. You can also get his back that way. I'm actually going to show you something else, man. Just let me get him to attack me real quick. So any character with perception that makes him heavy finish when you perception, you can also do this and take their back as well, because the perception's so strong, so this is going to be a really good strategy. Yep, just like that, man. And it's going to be a really good, because the perception's really strong right now. And characters that have heavy finish with perception, this is going to be really good at catching your opponent and getting combos started. You can also start from the back and low sweep him, and keep in mind, do the same thing, but this resets. So this is a reset tool, so instead of the heavy finish, you're just going to low sweep and do the same thing. As you can see in these little clips right here, I'm going to demonstrate. And this resets, man, so this is a really good one to have in your pocket. And not only that, it works the same way as the other one I just showed you. I think the perception one's a little bit more optimal, man, but this one's also a really good one to have. Another thing to keep in mind too with these short dashes, man, you can always just short dash away from the stepping barrier and just drag and dash right behind him as well. So yeah, just mess with this a little bit, man, because I think this could be fairly useful. I've been messing with it. You can still catch people off guard fairly easy. Just leave the step-in barrier with the short dashes, you know what I mean? Descend or ascend. Or cancel out your dash and then just drag and dash behind them. It's fairly fast, man, so it's you can catch your opponent off guard fairly easy with this, man. So I just practice around with your dashes, find something that works. Just get comfortable moving around with the short dash, man. And I feel like that would be your biggest help. The more comfortable you are with it, the more better you'll be at catching your opponent off guard with it. Another thing to keep in mind also, man, when you short dash away from the step-in barrier and then you burst back towards your opponent's character model, if you move the left analog stick a little to the left, or if you move it a little bit to the right, depending on where your opponent is and where he's planted, you will actually move towards his back, as you can see in this clip right here. So yeah, I would mess around with that as well, man. That's really cool to have. I'm going to show you something else too you could use with this, but I would practice that because I think that's a really useful flank to have. And another thing to note, man, too, when you press your ascend button twice and you dash up in the air, if you press the burst dash at the same time that you press those two buttons, you'll a lot of the time end up behind your opponent. And a lot of the time it depends on the angle of your character model. This next one, man, is going to be similar to the last one I just showed you, but this time you're going to be doing it off a straight dash. So right when you reach him, you're going to want to burst dash. You're going to cancel the dash at first, and then you're going to want to burst dash towards him. And right when you reach his character model, just hold the left stick a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, and you'll always end up on his back. And you're going to be doing it's the same as the last one, man, but this one's off a straight dash. So, man, this next one, man, you're going to be starting into the step-in barrier. So you're going to want to punch him, then vanish attack behind him with the block button. Then you're going to want to press the ascend button and the burst dash at the same time when you leave the step-in barrier. And you're going to reach his back when you hold to the left or to the right, man, when you burst dash and ascend at the same time when you leave the step-in barrier. But it's pretty simple. Using the same thing also, man, I've been trying to figure out a way to flank with sway. And this is just one way that I've found that's a good way to mix them up with a flank after a sway. I'm going to show it right here. Let me get him to guard now. I'll move forward, do ascend and burst dash again at the same time, and then I'm going to mash key. I'm going to need him to start holding block though after that, or perception, one of the two. And another thing you can obviously do after a sway to get a good flank off of, and I've seen a lot of people do this, but I've not seen people do a drag and dash cancel afterwards. You just rush towards them, get them a good grab, because you're going to either be holding perception or block, then you're going to drag and dash behind them, you got full back, full combo. That's another good flank from the sway. Or obviously you could do the same thing, but you can add key blast in it as well. But yeah, these are the only things I've really found with flanking after sway, but I think their drag and dash cancel really makes a difference here. Yeah, obviously throw key afterwards, you know what I mean? Make sure he's not just mashing buttons and drag and dash, full back, full combo. But yeah, man, those are all the flanks I've found so far, man. So I just wanted to show you guys, these are all the flanks I got so far. If you got any that you know that I haven't showed in this video, please just let me know. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man, if any of these seem difficult, man, just join my Discord. I'll help you. I know I don't got a button overlay yet, but yeah, join the Discord and I'll help you through it if you're confused by any of these.